Hi and welcome to another Memories Made video. I'm Designer Jen Gallacher, and this month we are focusing on different types of layout design. And the last type of design that I wanted to talk to you about today is one that goes off the page. So I'm going to do an 8.5 by 11 inch page today, and this particular pattern paper is from the Carte Postale paper from Basic Gray. And this is some old Imaginez paper. It's a nice tone-on-tone blue dot. And the concept behind this design is the elements are going to be cut off the side of the page. So to start the layout, I first create a paper that runs right up to the edge of the right side. Now it can go off either side. It can go off the left side or the right side. It can even go off both sides if you want. And that creates a balance. If some things come off here and some things come off here, that creates a balance. To the top of the layout, I'm going to punch out some triangles from some more Basic Gray. This is from the Hipster collection, and I'm using an EK Success triangle punch, and you've seen me use this punch before. And punches are an inexpensive way to stretch your supplies. By buying one punch and then using it multiple times, you can create your own embellishment, which always saves money. So I'm going to create some little peaks at the top of the page here. Before I adhere them to the paper, I want to add a few more pieces so I know exactly where to place them. And the next thing I'm going to place is this golden yellow paper. It is from the Rough and Tumble collection by Cartabella Paper. And again, we're going to place this on the very far right edge of the page. Now that I see where the paper is going to go, I can now add these triangles where I want. I want one to be quite low and towards the edge of the page. I want one fairly tall. Again, I try to use odd numbers of embellishments, and then I try to use them in a variety of sizes. So by letting the peaks of the pattern paper show through, it gives a fun look to it. To the bottom of the paper, I'm going to use some subway words from a collection from Echo Park Paper called Recollections. And it is a family-oriented collection, and it has some vintage pieces to it, but I thought it looked really good with this darker color. So I'll add this to the bottom. You'll notice that when I cut out the subway piece, I made sure that I could see the part of the words that I wanted to use. So when you're cutting on a paper, look at the pattern paper and determine where you want your cut to be. To the bottom of the layout, I have some cardstock that matches the reds found in this Basic Gray pattern paper. And again, I used a Stampin' Up! Border punch. It's just a small punch like this, but it's a repetitive punch. And the way that it works is you place it in your paper and you punch, and then using your paper as a guide, you punch again, and you continue the pattern until it's done. So they create guides on your tools so that you use them correctly. We will adhere this to the very bottom of the layout, just below that subway pattern paper. And you can distress the paper if you want, or you can leave it as is. I'm just going to distress a few of them. Kind of my signature thing. Now, when you are using photos with this kind of design, you have the option of making sure they're completely mounted on the page, or you can mount them off the page. Now, you'll notice that this particular 2-photo card, I printed it at home, which meant that I could take 2 small photos. They're about 3 by 4. I placed them on one sheet of photo paper, and then I created a border around it by cutting around the white paper. But I want this photo to go off the edge like the rest of my elements. So what I will do is I'm going to cut off a portion of the photo, and you can see I'm cutting off a little bit of a photo and part of that white border. And then that will allow me to look like more things are running off the edge of the page. If you find that you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, this is a great design style to try because it's something different. Whereas a lot of the times we center things on the page, this is a little more interesting if you have things run off the page. This is also a great style if you have double pages, because then elements can run off both pages and you simply plan where the sheet protector will cut between the two elements. To the top of the page, I took a pocket and I cut off the lip of the pocket. And this is a pocket from Maya Road. I also removed the small string that went around this eyelet. I loved this fun curve, so I wanted to use that on my layout. So you don't have to use envelopes as they are. You could place an envelope in here, but I actually just like part of the envelope. I can save the other part of the envelope for later for another project. From the collection by Echo Park, I am going to use both some Elements stickers, which again have a vintage look, and I'll show you what they look like. And then I'm also going to use the chipboard stickers that coordinate with this collection. The first sticker I'm going to use is this little inventory sticker, and I'm going to place it behind my photo, but I want to add some twine to it. So I'm going to take some crochet twine. You could take baker's twine. And to give this tag a little more authenticity, I am going to tie a bow to the top of it. And you'll notice that my pen is holding it off the page. You could also do this part before ever placing the sticker on the page, but if you've already placed it or started to place it, this is a good way to do it. Now make sure your string isn't stuck to the back of the sticker. You can also use talcum powder to remove the tackiness of the sticker. And then because I like to mix it up, I'm going to use the chipboard sticker here. And again, I'm going to add some twine to it. Crochet twine comes in a variety of colors, so you can buy black, red, natural, white, whatever colors you use most frequently. And again, we'll tie this into a bow. Just make sure when you're tying it that it doesn't lay on anything that it could tear up when you pull it back up. And then I only want part of it to show, so I'm just going to make sure the word life is sticking up. I'm going to pull the inventory sticker up just a little bit so it shows up a little bit better. And then you can trim off the excess twine. Now you can continue embellishing the page with element stickers and chipboard stickers. I'm going to take this compass sticker and stick it behind my photo. You'll notice that the photo, or the sticker rather, has a true north symbol on it and a south symbol. So when I'm placing on the layout, I do try to think about placement and making sure that things stick up right. From the chipboard stickers, there is this fun Forever and For Always Friend sticker. And because I've manipulated a little bit, it has lost a little bit of its tackiness, so I'm going to add a few more glue dots. And I'm going to place that right in the center of the compass sticker. So you can see how I'm kind of building up the stickers. So the next thing that I want to do is add some more embellishments to further decorate this page. So before I go any further, I realized that this pocket is a little longer than I want it to be, so I'm going to fix that by trimming it off a little bit. And I simply place that in my paper cutter, and using the trimmer as a guide, using the lines on the trimmer, I'm going to cut off a little bit of the pocket, and then I'll reapply some adhesive. And then we'll stick it back down. This will allow me to add a title from the sticker sheet, and I peeled it off and was playing with it before, so I kind of realized that it wasn't going to work if I didn't fix that title. And I'm going to pull up a little bit of that eyelet craft paper that's surrounding that eyelet so that I have room to add that title to the top of the photo. If I had left that there, it would have covered it. So next from the sticker sheet is this fun little Forever pennant, and to make it pop up a little bit, I'm going to add some adhesive foam squares behind it, and the small ones from American Crafts work great. And we'll just place that at the top here, adding a bit of layering. Then to the top of this blue pattern paper, I'm going to add a photo corner from Canson, again in craft, trying to bring in as much of that craft as possible. The journaling I've printed on a sheet of craft paper, and I'm going to tuck it just below the photo. And I tried to measure the width and height of the journaling so that it didn't cover these words here at the bottom. So it just talks about my nephew and how quickly he is growing up. Then from the chipboard sticker sheet are a couple of chipboard buttons, and one is kind of a reddish orange and one is brown. And we will add these to our layout. You can see that I have already tied them with some twine, just to give them a little bit more texture and to match the texture at the top. And then to the very top of the layout, I'm going to add a few of the label stickers that are from this collection. And there are a variety of them to choose from. Some are blank and some have words in them. You can add different colors to them if you want. You could add a brad. A lot of different options there. And then we'll add a photo corner from the sticker sheet. So I've used a Canson photo corner, and I've also used stickers from the collection. And I'll keep moving things around until I get them exactly how I like them. And I do like this tan one, but I didn't like that dark brown one. I don't think it matched there. There we go. It's a little bit better like that. So there you have a layout that uses the design of putting things off the edge of the page. So again, this is a great way to mix up your design style. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of my Memories Made weekly videos. Thank you for joining me today.